So the government's taking away your First Amendment right to free speech. Sounds like America. Hey guys, what's up? Hunter here. YouTube, long time no see. I'm happy to be back. I really hope you can't hear the lawn people. Like they literally started as soon as I started filming. Why is this always an issue for me? Quiet on set. Quiet on set. Before we get into what we're talking about today, which is the TikTok ban, yes, we're going to deep dive on this. We're going to talk about my opinions. We're going to talk about some of the facts. We're going to be talking about a whole lot of stuff. But before we get into that, I want to extend the invitation for you to hit that subscribe button and follow me on all social media at HunterBenjamin3. Also, in the bio of this video, there is a link to a petition that if you sign before 9 p.m. tonight, it will be going to Congress. And hopefully we can stop the TikTok ban together. So today, like many of you, I woke up to uncertainty. It may sound silly to have all of these really, really strong feelings and an anger towards the government when it comes to a social media app. But let's be honest, this has become so much more than that for so many of us. TikTok is a platform that has created a space where people can build communities, can start a business, all from the safety of their own home or traveling or doing whatever it is that they love to do the most. And finding people who truly want to watch that, support it, and help each other grow in more ways than just by the numbers. People have used TikTok to educate themselves on topics that maybe they don't know a lot about, to get the news directly from sources or from your typical news stations. People have used TikTok to create a community of supporters, friends that somehow, some way end up becoming a part of our family. The US government is banning TikTok because its parent company ByteDance is owned by a foreign adversary, China. The government wants to give us all of these different hypothetical situations that could occur if we allow TikTok to stay here on US soil. China could create spies within America to spy on the government and turn Americans against the government. I think they're doing that themselves. I don't think they need spies to do it. So as I mentioned, today we woke up with uncertainty, and as the morning went on, we got some news. We found out that the Supreme Court has decided to not put a stay or a hold or a pause on the TikTok ban, and that they will follow through with a ban. I want to watch this video from a TikToker who is a reporter, and she shares hard-hitting news quick and with all of the facts and details. And she's just one example as to why we need TikTok. Voices like these deserve a platform to be heard so that news like this can be shared in all of its full form.
The law that bans TikTok is constitutional. It does not violate your First Amendment rights, and it is fully legal for the government of the United States to wipe it out. That's according to the Supreme Court's ruling that was issued just a few moments ago. It says there is no doubt that for more than 170 million Americans, TikTok offers a distinctive and expansive outlet for expression, means of engagement, and source of community. But Congress has determined that divestiture is necessary to address its well-supported national security concerns regarding TikTok's data collection practices and relationship with a foreign adversary. For the foregoing reasons, we conclude that the challenged provisions do not violate petitioners' First Amendment rights. The judgment of the United States Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit is affirmed. The appeals court decision says the law that bans TikTok is constitutional. So this 27-page order by the Supreme Court is what's called per curiam, which means by the entire court. Yes, all of them agreed to this. So now what? Well, now things get, I'm not even going to lie to you, extremely dicey for TikTok. I told you in this video yesterday, it's true. The Biden administration said they will allow the ban to take effect on January 19th on Sunday, but they will just not enforce the massive penalties that American companies will incur if they support or host TikTok, not to mention the massive penalties for TikTok itself if it continues operating. Now, we are going to be in a really tricky position in the next few days and weeks. This ruling just came down a few minutes ago, so I'm going to dig into it a little more and give you updates throughout the day. Plus, I'm going to tell you later today about what's going to happen on Sunday and the days following. And in the meantime, I highly encourage you to go watch this video. I know it's a long one, but it does give you all the options that President Trump can take once he takes office in this exact scenario.
So yeah, TikTok's gonna be banned. I feel like I'm about to crash out, and if I do, I apologize. This hits very close to home for me. I go live on TikTok every single day. I create content every week, and it's my main source of income. A lot of times it was the determining factor of if I was going to be able to eat that night or not, because that's where the money's coming from. But more than that, TikTok has given me a community. And I'm not talking about the numbers of likes or views that a video gets or the number of people who come into my live stream. I'm talking about the family that myself, other creators, and supporters together have been able to create. A genuine support system for one another. Something you can't find anywhere else. People from across the country, across the world, that I wouldn't have ever been able to meet in my lifetime have somehow found their way into my life through this social media platform. And they've changed my life for the better. They've helped me grow emotionally. They've helped me gain knowledge on topics that I just didn't learn about in my home state. They've opened my mind to different ideas, and they've given me a sense of acceptance that I have not found anywhere else in my lifetime. A lot of people have said, so what? TikTok's gone. Go find another app. Okay, but that's not necessarily the point. One, it's going to be next to impossible for every single person in my community to transfer over to another app, or if they miss a live where it's being announced and the app is just gone all of a sudden, sure, they can do the work to find me and search my name, whatever. But it shouldn't be like that. Two, the bigger picture here is that our government is using their power to take away the rights of over 170 million Americans in the free country. You know, we've got soldiers who have fought to defend, protect, and keep America free, but yet our government is taking away some of those freedoms. There is no proven risk that has been shared. It's all been hypotheticals. The fear that they have in their heads is controlling the decisions they're making, or is it? Because while we talk about the risks that TikTok may pose, why are we turning a blind eye to Meta and all of the American data that has been leaked from Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp? Meta happens to be just as much of a risk. But no, we won't ban Meta. Too many politicians are invested and have money coming in from Meta. No, see, I think they're scared of the Americans getting true information. I think they're scared of the Americans actually finding a way to come together over something. Think about how divided this country is right now. And now we're getting into my hypotheticals. If the government can come up with hypotheticals, why can't we, right? Think about it. We're so divided. Red and blue, Republican, Democrat. Who did you vote for? Who did you vote for? Oh, you voted for them? I can't talk to you anymore. You believe in that? You're not my family. You're not my friend. Cutting ties. So we have a platform where we find similarities in each other. We connect over similar things. We find each other's likes, dislikes. We come together over those. Government doesn't like that, do they? Now, certain politicians have tried to stand up against the ban. And, they've brought it to the floor. And they've tried to stand up for us as Americans who have the right to free speech and expression. And then there's a certain few who haven't. Let's see. There's one in particular that I really want to take a gander at here, okay?
TikTok isn't just another social media platform. TikTok is a Chinese communist spy app that addicts our kids, harvests their data, targets them with harmful and manipulative content, and spreads communist propaganda. Congress recognized the unique dangers of TikTok when we voted on a massive bipartisan basis last April to give its Chinese communist-influenced parent company, ByteDance, 270 days to sell TikTok to an American buyer or to be shut down in America. That deadline is Sunday. What's more, ByteDance and TikTok had plenty of additional warning for years about the possibility of such action, long before Congress set this firm Sunday deadline. The Trump administration in 2020 attempted to shut down TikTok. So there was no rush, as the senator from Massachusetts asserted. We didn't pull the rug out from under TikTok, and we didn't ban it. Instead, Congress simply demanded that the app could no longer be owned and controlled by our nation's worst enemy, Communist China. In other words, TikTok's owners had plenty of time to find a buyer, and there were plenty of willing buyers as well. Instead, TikTok whined, lied, complained, sued, and lobbied. Oh, how they lobbied. One notable lobbyist told me that he was offered $100,000 a month, $100,000 a month to represent TikTok, but he refused because TikTok is a sewer of vile anti-Semitism. Good for him. Unfortunately, I can't say that for the army of lawyers and lobbyists who saddled up on behalf of Communist China. They know who they are. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Let's take a brief pause. Tom Cotton. You may recognize this man as the man who couldn't figure out that the TikTok CEO was not from China.
So, you said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation
I'm
in
asking-
Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, Senator.
Your wife is an American citizen, your children are American citizens.
That's correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
No, not yet.
Okay. Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm
Okay.
Singaporean.
Let me ask you some hopefully simple questions.
Yeah, this is the same one who just couldn't get it through his thick cotton head. He is a cotton-headed Nanny Muggins. Anywho, Show is Singaporean. Who remembers that? So this is the same idiot who couldn't figure that out. Somehow, still a senator. Blows my mind. And he's still spewing this garbage. Is there horrible things sometimes on TikTok? Yeah, there can be. You know how many horrible things I see on Facebook, Instagram, X? It's everywhere, man. There are horrible people everywhere, even in our Senate, even in our House of Representatives, in the White House. It's crazy. There are horrible people everywhere, but you're going to discount the 170 million American users that use this platform for good, for change? And Donald Trump did initially push for this ban when he was in office. Yeah. And now he's talking about saving the app. And frankly, I don't care if you like Donald Trump, if you dislike Donald Trump, whatever your viewpoint is on him, I don't care. The point of the matter is, Trump is pushing to save TikTok now after using it in his campaign, using it to reach young voters and push content out himself. Do you think he was pushing to ban TikTok because he didn't understand TikTok to begin with? And when he started using TikTok, he saw the power of TikTok and he saw what could come from an app and a platform and a community like TikTok. And now he wants to save it and try and find a solution. No one's saying that we want China to steal our data or we want to be turned into spies. Do we make jokes and say, here, China, take my data? Hell yeah. I signed up for Red Note the first day that it was trending on TikTok. Made an account. I said, sure, sign me up. So am I a spy? If something happens to me, y'all, I'm just saying. Let's continue to hear what Cottonmouth Joe has to say.
And they should know that I, for one, won't forget it. So let me be crystal clear. There will be no extensions, no concessions, and no compromises for TikTok. ByteDance and the Chinese communists had plenty of time to make a deal. In fact, the legislation allows the president to grant a 90-day extension to the Sunday deadline, though only if negotiations have substantially advanced, and the sale could likely close in 90 days. Neither is true today. So I expect President Biden will not grant the extension.
Well, Senator Tom Cotton, I got a few things to say to you, buddy. Senator, President Biden does not plan on enforcing this ban or the punishments that could occur to companies willing to house and support TikTok. I'm done with that accent. I don't like sounding like him. All I want to say is that if you care about your freedoms as an American, and your rights and your ability to speak your mind openly and freely and have your own opinions and have that freedom of self-expression, stand up. There are certain people in office who probably shouldn't be in office anymore. Use your right to vote, because who knows, maybe they'll try to take that away next. I'm just saying, how are we any better than China if they're doing the same shit? Yeah, that's right. TikTok is banned in China as well, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that scary? Yeah. But to kind of wrap this up, because I don't want to crash out too hard, it'll give me a headache thinking about how stupid these politicians are and how stupid they think we are. That's the crazy part, okay? I'm going to finish off this segment by just giving a message to the US government and those who have voted to ban TikTok and essentially take away our First Amendment rights. Excuse my French, but you. I hope you're disgusted with yourself when you go home, and I hope you never get reelected. I cannot wait for a new wave of politicians to come through, no matter the party. At this point, I'm just asking for anyone under the age of 70 years old. We're not a stupid generation. We're not a lost generation. No matter what they tell you you are, we know who we are. We know what we're capable of. They don't get to tell us who we are or what we're capable of. And they can try. But thankfully here, they don't get to take away that First Amendment right. So stand up for what you believe in. And to wrap up this whole video, I just want to take a moment to share a few words to those who have been supporting me on this content journey. This last year specifically has been such a wild ride. In 2023, I packed up my life and I moved to North Carolina, and I started going live every single day. For whatever reason, gained a support system of people who love me unconditionally and want nothing more than to see me succeed. Sometimes I think they want to see me succeed more than I want to see me succeed. I wouldn't have that without this app and the people that have come into my life because of it. This last year, I was able to go to the TikTok headquarters in New York and see some of the inner workings of this company and meet fellow creators live and in the flesh, not just through a screen. And I'm here to tell you that every single person you interact with on TikTok is a real person, and they have feelings and they have thoughts and emotions. And it's so amazing that we have had the opportunity to connect with each other and create stories and memories with each other and grow as humans together. Each and every one of you who have chosen to hit that follow button or send a gift, whether it's a rose or a universe or whatever it is, and that sounds stupid to some of you who don't interact on TikTok live. I get it. But that's my livelihood. That's my space where I found my group, my community. And because of it, I was able to do what I love every single day. Entertain, create, tell stories. Whether it looks like it or not, I've been using my degree every day by doing what I do on TikTok. I know it's really hard for some people to understand what it is that I do and what other creators do and how much this app means to us, especially if you don't come from the world of social media or you're a bit older and you don't understand how phones or internet work. That's okay. We don't fault you for that, but all that we ask is that you ask questions. Ask for our opinions. Ask for our thoughts, our stance on things. As I stated a little bit earlier, we're a lot smarter than these people think because we laugh at brain rot TikToks. That means our brains are quite literally rotten. They're sadly mistaken. This app has given me a sense of security in myself. It has built me up in ways that I cannot even explain. I started making videos online when I was 10 years old and discovered Musical.ly right before it switched into TikTok and started posting videos. It's the first platform that ever gave me a chance, that ever pushed my content out to other people, that ever actually wanted to see me succeed as a creator because they believe that when their creators succeed, they succeed as a company. Now, don't get me wrong, there are things that TikTok needs to fix. There's a lot of things. Creator support could be better. Uh, the protections of kids could be better. But overall, it's my favorite social media app to this date. It's my comfort. It's like a comfort blanket in my life. It can make me laugh. It can make me cry. It can take my mind off of all of the bullshit going on in the world. And it matters because there we finally had a voice. Everybody had a voice. No matter how many followers you had, no matter how many likes any video has ever gotten, you had a fair shot of being seen and being heard by millions. So if this ban doesn't piss you off, frankly, I don't know what will. The United States government has wronged us. And while they're focusing on this, horrible things are happening around us every day. Let's not forget about the terror attack that happened in New Orleans on New Year's Day. I haven't heard about that in a minute. Let's not forget about the fires that are burning California down and the thousands upon thousands of people who lost their homes and livelihoods there, and the hurricanes that devastated the Carolinas. Let's not forget about the people who are taking the lives of our children in one of the only places they should ever feel 100% safe, schools. Let's not forget about all of the child sex trafficking and sex trafficking in general and the weird freaky shit that's going on with these Hollywood people. Diddy. Now let's focus on TikTok and an app that's bringing people together. And let's take away the rights of 170 million Americans. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you who has chosen to stand by me, support me, whether that's sending a gift, sending a like, subscribing, liking, commenting, following me on all social media. You have changed my life. I don't know if I would be standing today if it wasn't for discovering all of you. And that's not me being dramatic. I'm so much happier, healthier because of you and because of TikTok. Your support, all of these post-it notes behind me, the names of all of you, it means everything to me. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and the top and the sides, all of the heart. Thank you for letting me be a source of entertainment or just a personality that you have let into your life. I love you with all of my heart. Let's save TikTok because, like I said, they can try, but they don't get to take away our right to free speech. Not here. Not now. With that being said, where can y'all find me? You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on literally every social media app. Follow all the socials. I've got Instagram. I've got the YouTube. We're going to be live on Favorited if TikTok does go down. But most importantly, follow that TikTok because I don't think it's going anywhere. I love you all. Remember, the world is a better place because you're in it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below telling me how you're feeling about the TikTok ban. Let's all come together. Talk to you next time.